Good afternoon.
When you look across the line and you see a Chris Jones there, mental preparations for you this week for facing him?
I mean, we got a good test of it, this past week with Jeffrey Simmons. I mean, playing in this league long enough to know there's great players everywhere. There's Hall of Fame players on every team, and Chris Jones is one of them. He's a great competitor. He's a tough guy, in the interior, and we know what we're up against. So, it's our job to go out there and make it happen.
You talk about the efficiency with the ball all the time. What's the fine line between, kind of being careful and aggressive at the same time?
Yeah, I think it's just making decisions like in the right timing of the play, and I think a lot of repetition is what will help that. But overall, you want to be efficient. You also don't want to just check it down all game. You want to take what they're giving you and take your shots when you can. And again, those things are. Every game's different, every situation's different. There's a lot to think about in each situation. So I think overall, you want to have both. You want to be aggressive. You want to, have explosive plays, but you also want to be very efficient.
How difficult is that to kind of go through that fine line, I guess?
It's extremely difficult because the opposing defenses that we're going to face, they're all going to be really good, and so they know what we're trying to get accomplished, and their job is to stop it. And so there's always this chess match going back and forth with our coordinator, their coordinator, me against the Mike linebacker. So there's just like a lot of different things that go into it. But like overall, you just want to complete passes, and that's the real thing. You just want to complete passes and move the chains 10 yards at a time, and then all those other things will come along.
Geno, Michael Mayer coming off what probably was his best game of his career. What do you think led to a strong performance between you two, and what's he bring to the offense being back healthy now?
Yeah, I think Mike's going to have a lot of games better than that. I think the world of Mike, I think the way he competes, I think the way he goes out there and blocks in the run game, is dynamic in the passing game. He's even great after the catch. I think he's going to have a lot of good games, and having him back does a lot for our offense. He's a guy, again, who we rely on, and he's such a great player. I just want to continue to let him do his thing and get him the ball.
What stood out from afar, and what do you know about the Raiders-Chiefs rivalry?
Just from afar, just what I've witnessed is, the Raiders have seemed to be, they get up for the Chiefs. No matter what the records are, it's always a close game. It's always a tough game from what I've seen. And then, just the history of both teams, in the league, and just how historic they both are and how much they fought, for the same things every single year. So, it's going to be new to me, as far as being a part of this rivalry. But I know it's at stake, and we all do. So we're looking forward to it.
Trey Tucker's on track to have a career year. Just what has stood out to you about him, and kind of like the way the chemistry you guys developed?
Yeah, I think his hard work. Obviously, the physical talent's there. His speed, his quickness, has great hands. He plays big for his size. He's a problem out there. I think the more we can get him in space and give him the ball, the better he'll be. He's shown us that. But just his work ethic throughout the week, the way he prepares, how detailed he is. This guy's running 20 miles per hour just about every day out here on the practice field, and that's the reason why he can play so fast in the game is because he practices that way. And so he loves football, great teammate, but there's a lot of things to like about Trey. I'm just happy he's doing his thing right now.
You mentioned the chess match that's always going on out there on the football field. It feels like maybe opposing defenses have done some things to Jacoby Myers, to maybe try to take him out a little bit. How do you guys combat that, and how important is it to kind of get him back on track?
Yeah, I think just with Jacoby, I think he's just got to stay at it. He was a guy who was hot early on, and of course defenses are going to try and take your guys away from you, and so that's where you see other guys stepping up and getting opportunities, and they've been doing a great job. But he's got to just stay consistent and do what we've been doing, because if they cover him, then they're allowing someone else to get open, and the minute they slack off of him, then he'll take his matchups, and he's great man to man. He's a guy that we look for in a lot of situations, a lot of different situations, and the ball will find him. It's kind of how the game goes. If they take one thing away, someone else should be open. So I think he's just got to stay with it.
Jack Bech only has a handful of catches, but they all go for first downs. How important is it that he's able to move the chains in every catch?
And it's extremely important. We want to move the chains. And Jack, again, is a young, developing player who's doing a great job for us. And every single week he's just getting better and better. And I think, again, the ball's going to find him more. Last week was, I think, the most snaps he's played this season. So as he gets more snaps, and he's on the field more, the ball will find a way to get to him. I think that's just how the game goes, and what he does a great job at is finding ways to get open. Even if the ball doesn't go his way, if you watch on film, like he'll be like the second or third option, and he'll be open. So he's just got to keep working at it, and I got to find him.
Same thing with Ashton, just kind of just how much his reps have increased and really seeing more workload from him. How much is that helping in the momentum on offense?
I think it's helping, but again, all of us, we're all developing, and like I said, we're all in this thing together. Young guy, old guy, we all got to get better every single week. Jack's been doing a great job at that. He works extremely hard. He's preparing himself. He's studying the playbook. He's in the right spots. He knows what to do, and that's half the battle. And then obviously going out there and making things happen, catching the ball, doing all the things that he's great at. That's another part of it. So as we continue to grow throughout the season, his opportunities will be more and more, and I think we'll do great with him.
Arrowhead is known for noise. How do you guys prepare for that this week? Do you crank things up a little bit louder?
Oh yeah, it's pretty loud out there as it is, but I know Coach is going to have something for us. He does a great job of preparing us for those road games, and for me, I've been through a bunch of these. I've been to Arrowhead, I've been to a lot of these stadiums, so kind of know what to expect. But again, it's about managing the crowd noise. We expect it to be loud. They got a great atmosphere, great stadium atmosphere, so we're preparing ourselves for that, and we're looking forward to it.
Geno, just what? I don't know if you've been asked before. Just what are your thoughts of like Ashton Genty's Michael Myers stance? Like,
oh yeah, I love it. Whatever he's comfortable with. I mean, it's definitely unique. Something that is a signature to him. But whatever he's comfortable with, whatever allows him to go out there and run the ball how he does, I'm all for it.
What's been the kind of the vibe of the locker room? Obviously, the season didn't get off to the start you guys wanted to, but you're still in the thick of things.
Yeah.
What has it been like with you and your teammates?
Shoot, working hard. Everybody's upbeat. We got great leadership. Again, we didn't start the way we like to. I think, a couple of plays here and there, and we may be talking about it different, but that's not the reality. So our guys are just focused on getting better every single day. Looking forward to competition Wednesday today, competing against the defense and, seeing who can win the battle today, and then we'll move forward the next day. But overall, man, great leadership. I mean, the locker room's upbeat. Guys are focused on, what's ahead and really trying to get the season turned around.
And this isn't your first rodeo, so you know how long an NFL season is. Does that give you a little bit more perspective on, hey, it's not the world's not over?
I mean, last year we were 4-5 at the bye,
Yeah.
and we won 10 games. I think we missed the playoffs by like a fifth tiebreaker. It's never over. It's the NFL, and again, the key is to develop and get better throughout the season. I know, I talk about the process, and I know everyone's so fixated on just the results, and that's kind of like the simplest way to look at things. But there's a whole process that goes into this, and we got a lot of young players and a lot of guys playing together for the first time. So there's a development learning curve for all of us, and so we're just getting through that. And each week we've gotten better, and I think as we go on, we'll continue to do that if we take the right approach.
Guys all set?
Thank you.
Thank you.